Week 10, Panthers going to Arizona to face the 1-7 Cardinals. Made some roster moves. We're 6-3, but I'm not feeling too confident that we're basically ready to win now. So we'll go over those while I kind of go over the who we're facing. So we'll check them out. We'll talk about it basically when we're going over the depth charts. So Cardinals have a good pass defense and decent or good offense across the board. Right now, our offensive passing and running is just not doing well. So we made some changes there, and we're 6-3, leading the division, but Tampa Bay is knocking on the door. Don't have anyone standing out in any major category. We'll go over the injury reports real quick, then depth charts, and talk about the changes. So, Caden Mays is still out. Knock on wood. That's all we have for now. Cardinals. Buda Baker's out, so that's going to help us. I'm assuming starting center is gone. Oh wow, Marvin Harrison's out, and starting right tackle's gone. Okay, so we'll go over their depth chart, and I'll talk about our moves. Um, let's go over ours first. So I'm giving Daniel Jones a start, see how he performs. If he pisses me off, I'll put Bryce in. I really want the best opportunity to win every game and to help our offense. We've got receivers that need touches, so we want to see who we have. We need them to develop as well. So, in my opinion, Daniel Jones played good. He helped really kind of, I guess, created the comeback for us last game. We're gonna go with Darius Taylor starting. I want to see him because I've seen Chuba Hubbard just have a hole or two and just run right into the offensive lineman. It's really tiring to see. If Taylor and Brooks really kind of pan out well, then maybe we'll put Chuba on the trade block next year. Uh, yeah, probably next year. I don't, no need to do it now or before the draft, I should say. We can't trade now. Uh, here's something else we did. Let me make sure. Yes, I think there's only one more topic to kind of go over. A lot of Panthers fans. Before I get there, I usually don't make this move until like the third season in franchises. But we're going to start Christensen at left tackle. He's got a higher pass block rating than Icky. Um, it fits the scheme. I've never really paid attention to schemes much, but we'll see how it goes. But we're going to start Icky at left guard. He's technically, Damian Lewis is technically better, but what I'm thinking, I just re-signed Icky because there's a plan. I just gave him a 4-year contract extension at I think it was under 12 million a year. Once we moved him to guard, it was a better deal than tackle, and the plan is that he's going to be starting at left guard. And the reason why I chose 4 years is because if we get a rookie quarterback, and then once he comes up on his 4-year, he'll be we're probably going to be looking at whether or not we need to create some cap room. So give him 4 years, and if there's going to be a spot for him, who's someone who's in the 80s, mid 80s. You're going to be left guard. You can be right guard. I can move him to right tackle if I can't find someone. I'm still going to be looking out for a star left tackle. I've got some guys I'm hoping develop. Um, so we got Wyckoff and this other young Crownover kid. If anyone stands out in the preseason, then of course, if they're the best player, then that's who I'll put. But right now, um, shit, I guess I can't have Christensen as a main backup for all these positions if. Oh, basically just right tackle. So here's what I'll do. Who's going to be. So I guess Wyckoff would be the next one. And then Kingston. Where should I go? Crown over. Let's go Crown over. So yeah, that'll be that's the plan. That's what kind of made me comfortable to feel okay. Let's tie him up for 4 more years after this one, but with the plan that he's going to be our left guard, and because next year is Damian Lewis's last year on his contract, maybe we'll put him on the trade block during the preseason. And if there's no takers, then he'll be a backup. But he's what's his age? I think he's like 4 years older than Icky. So I'd rather develop Icky at left guard to see if he can't, just become a staple there, and things could change after this game. We'll see. But if Brady can hold it down, pass blocking, and I don't see any issues, let's try it out. This is a game of trying things out versus the 1-7 Cardinals. Um, we're trying out Daniel Jones. We're trying out Taylor at running back, and we're trying out a different offensive line look to hopefully see if it can't pan out for the future. Because we all know Icky in this franchise is not working out at left tackle for the long term. I can't keep trying to force it. Let's just make the move now. And then I'm still going to be on the lookout for left tackle. I do plan to keep Robert Hunt, and I already have a plan. It's basically Mays and this Mokofisi guy. I think between those two, they're young and they're battling it out to who's going to start. It's going to be year after year. So I think we're looking good at center. Um, Robert Hunt, I'll keep him around until I can find a better replacement or if he falters. So, and then Moten, we're kind of going to wait till he retires. I think he's like 32 years old right now. We re-signed him last year, so he'll stick around for as long as he wants because I don't see anyone supplanting him. To be honest, like it's just going to be really hard to find either a free agent or a rookie that's going to supplant him at right tackle. I think he's been performing well overall. He gives up some sacks, but I don't know how many of those sacks are attributed to him, but not really on him. So that's the plan. Still going to try to find draft guys mid to late rounds to see who can be there to take over whenever he retires. So left tackle and right tackle, and hopefully we got our left guard sent the middle there just kind of suited up or ready to go for several years to come. But I might be seeing a different tune here if Christensen doesn't do well. So I think that's it. We went over the moves. I'll show the scheme real quick. So I don't know how well this plays into play calling and performance, but I think, basically moving Christensen over to left tackle gave me a pass protector, and then moving Icky away from left tackle kind of puts someone else in power and in the power archetype, and then right tackle. Uh, I had it. I think Moten's mostly a pass protector, so that's the one thing we're not fitting there, but I'm cool with it. All right, let's see how this goes. I can't. Oh fuck! Yeah, is it Nike away? There we go.
It's Week 10 of the 2026 season, and all eyes are on Trevin Wallace. He's a nightmare to deal with in the front seven. It's the Panthers and the Cards, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They come in just in an absolute free-fall, losers of 7 in a row.
And this is where you turn to your best players and look at them and say, can you guide us out of this? We've got to be better than what we've shown.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5. The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the #1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the through.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So, I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. The numbers there for Connor in last week's game. 12 carries, 98 yards, and a score.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a changeup.
Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. He'll try and run for it with Connor. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Oh, man, I forgot to go over their depth chart.
On play action, it's Murray. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man in as well, and that's what...
Okay, Kyler Murray with Carson Beck backing him up. James Conner. I don't know why he's not rated higher. Pretty good running back group, I would say. Cooper, Wilson. Well, Wilson's injured. Man, nothing really at wide receiver. So, of course, they're going to have the game of their career against us. All right, Paris Johnson's good. Bad center. Oh, crap, I forgot to change him. Yeah, for some reason, the mod creators made this player like some white hippie looking guy, and so I need to change his appearance, but didn't think of it before this game. Alright, Walter Nolan. Ooh, wait a second. They're running a 3-4? Damn. That's their nose tackle? Okay, so exploit this guy right here. We'll see if they set up in a 3-4 a lot. Man, they got, even with Buda Baker out, they got some pretty good safeties.
On that play.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Murray now running left off the option. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Murray a give. This is Connor. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Here's 2nd and 7.
At the 22-yard line.
Here's Murray. Sliding out of the pocket. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Now Jones. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. The numbers for Sanders last week, 8 catches, 71 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
And this one's incomplete.
Oh, man.
Look at this.
Are we going to start with this today?
They're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt.
Because I don't understand how McMillan went from
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an
clear
issue for them.
rookie of the year choice till he got injured last year to how he's been
they
this
can't
year.
get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Just 3 and
Here's
out.
the Panthers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Breaks a tackle. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. The Cardinals offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2nd down and 8. Throwing now is Murray. A quick throw there is incomplete. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jones trying to lay one up deep.
Oh.
And that's caught inside the 35.
Okay.
And all the way down to the 26. A big
Get
play
out of
there
here.
for
Get off me.
Carolina. 54 yards. That last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Where's he in the game?
Looking to throw. Jones. And that will be incomplete. Now they're staring at a 4th down as Arizona's defense does its job.
How about this deep? Came up with a couple.
Oh, I think I have him as 3rd down. He stole my power back, though. Yeah, there we go. I don't understand why. I mean, yeah, I'm going to change that. I think all he's going to do is run into offensive linemen.
Sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
So here are the Cardinals to take over. They lost 7 in a row coming into this ball game, but lo and behold, they have the lead here as this drive begins. 1st and 10. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete. He was looking for Macklin that time, and it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Murray going to throw. You look at this Carolina defense. They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. first kick 47. This one looks good as well. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll run here with a rookie. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
1st down, Panthers.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Jones. That's complete right around the 8. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from the 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Taylor is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown.
That's what I like to see right there.
He finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it and catch it, and he gets it done.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
Yeah, Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
This is all about finding the open space in the middle of the field. How do you do that? One way is through play action. That's going to freeze those linebackers for just a split second, and sometimes that's all you need. They run a deep in route behind them, and it works to perfection.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They run behind center with Connor, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
To throw, it's Murray.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 20-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Murray now to throw. And Daniels has it left side. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Play fake. Murray. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. They'll run here with Connor. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Murray now. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Benson.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Can this defense hold them out?
Come on,
Here we
guys.
go now. 4th
Stop
and
them
goal
here.
from the 2. They'll run for it with Connor. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals.
James Conner, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, a pretty bold call. They roll the dice on 4th and goal, but that line creates a crease, and it leads to a touchdown.
And really, when we talk about a coach trusting his offense there, what we're really saying is that he trusts his offensive line. Boy, did that pay off.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Here's a handoff to Brooks running left.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Great coverage there, holds them to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The football going back over to Arizona now. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Murray.
And that nearly intercepted. The free safety roaming into position, almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
Now Murray. Dancing to his left. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Daniels. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Here's Murray. He'll get this one down near
God
the
damn,
20-yard
dude! All of a sudden,
line,
Colin Murray playing like
20.
fucking Lamar
Big
Jackson
yardage
out there.
there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Bottom line is that he is just something else as a runner because there are not
Number
many
46
QBs in this
is
league
disappointing,
who can
man.
rip off a game that big, and he did it with the defense giving him a little extra
Apparently,
attention
my
after
guys
he hit him
aren't
on a run
working
earlier this
slow
series.
sim.
To throw is Murray. Nowhere to go here. He
there
lost
we
the
go.
football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Princely?
Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he
ref,
slides
where's
to
the
a
flag?
hold.
2nd down and 6 now.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
This is caught by McMillan.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They'll look to throw here on first down.
Oh, shit, he's running.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Got an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. And his kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
At their own 30-yard line.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a one-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, where you see the final score there. Michael Penix, strong in the victory, as his guys looked better than a team that had won just one game coming in. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. The Niners looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, let's get over to Inglewood. See what's happening with the Chargers at home at SoFi Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Chargers trying to hold on and claim victory. We watched the veteran James Conner put together a very solid first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a one-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for with both these teams in it to win it.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Back to Taylor on first down. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Back to throw. Jones.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Jalen Thompson picks it, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Oh,
so
man.
Opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead. That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
He finds his man complete. That's Daniels. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Connor up the middle. And just nowhere to go for Connor. Defense gets to him and they mark him short. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
Don't let it bounce back. Don't let it bounce back.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it. But it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you got the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 15-yard line.
So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Eluding the...
Why don't you... Throw it away.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
And that's his second sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the third quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Looking to throw. Jones.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
Unable to corral him. He fights through. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a fourth and long.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on third and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he get the first down.
So it's his third field goal now in the ball game, and they needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead.
It's been a back-and-forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Cardinal offense here ready to take over.
The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. First and 10.
They begin with a run by Smith. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Murray a give. This is counter.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I don't know why he's not an X factor, man.
Operating from the gun, Murray.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with the tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. A give to Smith out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Tershawn Wharton
in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
The Panthers offense and Daniel Jones set to take over again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 1. Off the play fake, Jones. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. You give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
The crowd's not
actually,
doing that
might help
any
us.
favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in,
Help
making
us
it
from
very
human
difficult
error.
for them to hear the snap count.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And they will take over first and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Murray. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
A short one here, caught by McBride. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it will be first and 10 as they take over. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start first and 10. Off play action. Jones. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Back to throw. Jones. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play.
Damian Lewis, I think.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On the draw is Taylor.
There you go. There you go.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
66 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Now 2nd and 3.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Nice.
Over the middle, complete. That's Hubbard. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Off the play fake. Jones.
Ooh. Ah.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
What's the flag going to be, dude? It fucking hit you too hard.
Off play action.
A lot of fucking play actions when we're trying to win the game here.
McMillan here. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 26. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
We're in field goal range, so just run the ball. Don't risk getting sacked.
Back to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
Run the ball, please.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. On the handoff, Taylor. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 2nd and 7.
You should be running the fucking ball. Oh my God.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Panthers will add to their 4th quarter lead. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And that makes it a 9-point game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And Carolina scores to cap it off. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Kyler Murray now in the Cardinal offense. Down by 9. A little under 2.5 to go. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. He finds his man complete. That's Daniels. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Out of the gun, here's Murray. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long.
Interception. Come on.
And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Now Murray's got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
All right. Not the best looking win, but it wasn't bad.
And they take a knee.
Could have been way worse. I've seen way worse.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
So why Bryce
Yeah, it's
can't
fun to kneel
just
down in
perform
front of
like
your home
this, I
crowd,
have
but
no
when you go on the road,
freaking clue.
that band of brothers attitude, right?
I know
Just
he
us
has.
against the world and get it done.
Maybe it's just a matter of
How
time
happy are
before.
they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop tell me, you get a win on the
His
road, doesn't matter the
replacement would be
opponent,
doing the
get out of
same
there like
thing.
you stole something. And they did in this one. They said their goal was to win 7 games. They've done that pretty early in the year.
I think it's time for them to elevate that number and really make a big push to finish this season strong.
Yeah, it feels like it's been. What are we, 6-3?
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long and sign off from the desert.
Yeah, it just feels like it's been close to a losing season, man. Not a bad game from. Oh, I didn't realize Carson Beck took a snap. Okay, 389 total yards versus their 216. We rushed for 134 yards to their 107. 255 yards passing to their 109. Daniel Jones with a 92.4 rating, 1 TD, 1 interception. But yeah, good to see some passing yards. He aired it out a couple times. That was nice. Taylor almost with 100 yards rushing. I just don't think I would have gotten that from Chuba. I think I'm going to keep going with the hot hands. I think didn't Christensen play well? Let's see. Keep going. Dude, Sanders always. It shouldn't be our leading receiver. But I guess McMillan kind of quietly contributed. Excel got 138 yards. I don't remember that one. Oh, look at that. That's nice to see. Mickey was leading in pancakes and 0 sacks. That is nice to see. Okay. Oh, okay. Is that his first sack he's given up? Yeah, Robert Hunt had a tough time with Walter Nolan. I figure. I'm assuming. Because what, he got 2 sacks? I'm thinking that. Oh, yeah, I forgot he's injured. Damn. Scoring's been kind of quiet with sacks. Yeah, Walter Nolan got 2 sacks. I thought they were both on Robert Hunt. I'm glad Princely's kind of showing up. Overall, I think we're on the rise, little by little. This is okay. This one's a 38-yarder. Oh, yeah, that was okay. See, I would have liked to. Dude, if you would have. Number 4, what are you doing? Why aren't you fucking blocking? Ted? Huh? How do you know XL wasn't gonna, like, just magically cut left? Man, Christensen held on just long enough. Who's he going up against? I don't know who that is. Luck. Alright, let's see how bad this hurts with Robert Hunt. And to think we just moved Vicky to left guard. Ooh, okay. It was, well, let me take a look just in case. Alright, Mr. Hunt will be back. Bucks are 5-4. 6-4. Okay. Man, it's gonna be a tough one. How'd the Steelers do? Oh my goodness, they were losing. So that's 3 in a row they've lost. Do they have When's Russell Wilson coming back? Okay, 2 more this week and next. Hey, that helps us. Give us those high draft picks, baby. Man, they were kicking ass with Wilson too. They kicked our ass. They were looking good. Couple backup half running backs are out. Okay, Sunday Night Football versus the Browns.